This is the second among two huge local game studios that were working on Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Today we're gonna meet someone very special. His name is Kevin and he is the production manager for Lemon Sky. Let's go!
We, Lemon Sky, have been so proud to participate in the Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. So we've been evolving into producing for the environment props and also doing for some cinematic props and a little bit works in concept art as well. Yeah. Of course, first you heard the name about Naughty Dog, just freaking happy and excited because you know what? Naughty Dog, we've been playing the Uncharted games right before this. So we didn't expect that it would become so fast. But anyway, it is here. So we've been working on the asset and then we've been successfully working on the title and then we've been shipped the title as well. So yeah, that's totally a pleasure experience of working on this Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. One thing that quickly come into my mind is about the artist skill set. So how do we maintain the different artist skill set and make them consistency to deliver the highest quality for the title and for the productions? So that one will be a big challenge for us. But throughout some trainings and internal QC and pipeline design, so we have managed to solve that out. Normally, they will send us a pack of a package. So once we receive the package, right, so we're starting to analyze on the package and then we do some digestions on it. So see what's actually client is looking for. So based on the asset needed and the brief descriptions, so we'll come up with a series of gameplay and with some solutions and how we're gonna do on that and then propose a way what we're going to deliver on that. So right after that stages, and then we'll only move into the productions. And talking about that preparing stages, normally will be quick, just take a couple days or maybe 1 day when we receive the package. But of course, I'm talking about it depends on the package, how big is it. So in average, one asset we could be spent like a couple hours to half day in order to digest what they want. So and including with researching for some reference and R&D on the tech side as well. I see. So right before we start the productions, actually we've been having a mindset that's saying, yeah, Uncharted. So it's most probably will be going to continue with the previous story, and then we expected something will be coming in like what you see in Lost Legacy. So when we're choosing the artists, so we purposely choosing some hardcore fans from the previous, among our artists. So some of them have been choosing and then been selected into the team, and then when they work on it, they're definitely having a good knowledge on, so this is a thing that kind of related with the previous episode. So they know how to research for the reference throughout Google's and all that. So I think that the one is one of the advantage that we selected those hardcore friends back into the project. And then if you're talking about some newbies when they get into it, of course, throughout the process of just I've been saying when we get the asset, we're having R&D stage. So throughout that stages, we'll have a group discussions. So we search some reference and then we're going to discuss for a bit and then see whether this is suitable or not suitable, and then we can proceed and continue on it. We learned some culture from Naughty Dog, of course. So the way that they handle on game, how do they develop games, and then what is the way that they maintain such a high qualities of the contents throughout their productions. So that's the thing that we learn from them. Of course, like the time zone difference is also one of the things that we can learn so much from there. So you know that our side, they're having a POC, I mean point of contact, going to contact with their point of contact as well. So with a time zone difference, sometimes when it comes to crunch time, we are like working non-stop. I mean, yeah, it's been challenging also because when we are rest and then they are working time. So when they're giving feedback, so we're gonna make sure that the next day coming in, so the feedback is there. So if not there, then what we're gonna do with my direct Skype or anything. And I get one experience from the Naughty Dog art director, Eric as well. So, I mean, he's a very nice and kind person, and even though sometimes when we in weekend, he also Skype me and chat about some progress about the productions. So yeah, that's the thing that I learned something from him, that how serious he's taking care of the whole productions. Of course, it's not an easy task. I mean, every job is having its own challenge and difficulty on it. And definitely StarCraft is one of the biggest productions, I mean the StarCraft Remastered is one of the biggest productions that we ever had in Lemon Sky as well. So it's been more than, if not mistaken, it's more than 1 year of productions. So we've been working, I mean we cover most of the asset inside the reproduced asset inside the games. Talking about UI, recreate of asset, animations, VFX and so on. Even though you see some splash screen, we're also reproducing on that one. So yeah, as I said, different project is having its own difficulty and the things that we need to take in care. So it's purely based on what clients needed, and then based on their needs, we design a pipeline for them. There's not any, I mean every project is having its own difficulty. Lemon Sky is also doing some cinematics and IP, so it's pretty similar like what we had in StarCraft, but it's just about the differentiations in how many departments getting involved in one time throughout the whole productions. So that's one of the factors of how to handle the productions. And secondly, when you're talking about the team size really grow in huge, so how you're going to maintain the talents for the team. I mean, the art consistency is the biggest challenge always for any project. So imagine that if your art output is not consistent, so you're not going to deliver successful productions. Do your best. Of course, I mean, always be serious on. I mean, Lemon Sky is having a motto: make good art. So that's our principle of it. So when we're working on anything, that's a core elements of our studio. So when we're doing the productions, we just keep that in mind, that we are making a good art for our client. So that's a core value of it. So even though in our lives as well, so play hard and then work hard. I guess that when you're putting a real effort in every business or every productions, try to put more than 100% of effort into it. And then I'm sure slowly by slowly you're getting experience, you'll be getting there. Because talking about Lemon Sky, we've been staying in the market quite a long time. We are the first to start bringing in games into Malaysia, like 10 years before. That time, I mean, nobody doing on games in Malaysia, but we are the first one who doing on it. So year by years, with some partnership with the others developer like Microsoft, Xbox, Sony, and BNS, EA, and so on. So we slowly build up our reputations from that. I guess that physically, mentally, everything have to be keep strengthened in order to achieve more further. I'm sure we'll be slowly going to that directions, because try to check back with 10 years before. We are talking that nobody doing games. So we started, and then right until today, you see there's quite a lot of studio, even though some indie studio, they are making their own games like mobile apps and everything. So even though a small company like 5 people, they also can start a business and then to outsourcing some art from the other developer around the world. So I mean, Malaysia is really having a strategic positions in the global. So, and talking about cost, I think we still have some benefit and advantage over this side. And talking about culture, we're definitely having an advantage here. Like Naughty Dog, the Lost Legacy, you know those collectible things, those very kind of religious asset and all those. Yeah, you know Malaysia, we are like rojak, can jumbo everything into one. So that's our advantage to adapt on every needed from different clients needed. So there's two things making we are in a top range of the competitive. So when people come here, if they look about the costing and then look about language and then talk about culture, I think we all suit. So yeah, that will be easier for us to start up into this field. And I'm pretty sure that on the next 5 or maybe 10, there will be quite a lot of IPs actually is from local.